Hey everyone, Dan at Rothco Bushcraft. Well, I'm out here with something that I'm pretty excited about. I gotta tell you a story first. I gotta start this video with a story. When I very first got into survival and bushcraft some, 30 plus years ago, my very first trip to get gear was to a military surplus store. And I bought an Air Force survival knife, if you remember those. Set of camouflage clothing, military belt, some other miscellaneous gear, trioxane fuel bars, first aid kit, and my very first military canteen. Military canteen cup. And canteen pouch, which I still have. I still have the old military US pouch. And I still have several of these canteens and one old canteen cup. Well, if you've ever used this setup, and I know that you in the military probably have, you know that I had two problems with this cup. One, the taste of the water, especially when the water got warm, tasting like plastic. Number two, I swear, no matter how tight I got these caps, and I mean, I would wrench them down as tight as I could get them, my canteen pouch would always be full of water. It was magically coming from somewhere. Well, here we are, the next generation. These are the Nalgene Oasis canteens, and I left the stickers on them for you guys. So BPA, BPS free. They do not pick up any taste at all from the plastic. It doesn't matter if they're hot. It doesn't matter if they're cold. All you taste is pure, clean water, if that's what's in your canteen. And you don't have to reef the lids down. They do not leak. And they're available in a variety of colors. There's brighter colors if you're into that sort of thing. I like earth tones, obvious by my clothing and the color of my pack and gear that I always have, but I chose the coyote and the green, and they're available on Amazon. They run about 15 bucks a piece. So this is like the next generation canteen. Now I have already dropped this twice now, and it's holding up perfectly. And it's so comfortable. So the outside here is textured. It's got kind of a rough texture to it. So it's not slippery at all in the hand. It's very, very comfortable to hold. And this thing empty weighs almost nothing. And before I continue, that's kind of the point here is not every kit calls for a big metal bottle. Now I have my backpack's hanging on a tree here, and we're gonna go over there in a few minutes. And I've got my big 40-ounce clean canteen on one side. In the fall, summer out here, sometimes even late spring, as the creeks start to get drier, I have to pack more water. I don't want to pack another heavy metal bottle. All I need is something like this, a nice little 32-ounce lightweight canteen. I also have kits that don't require a metal bottle. There's, a small kits that I have that I use during fire season and up on the desert that my priority is just carrying water. So having a couple of these on the outside of my pack virtually is not much heavier than one 40-ounce bottle and almost twice as much water. So this is a great setup for adding water, for those kits that don't need to have a metal canteen. So what about the canteen cup? Well, this is the old aluminum cup here. And I'm not a big fan of using aluminum or cooking in aluminum. I thought, I have to share, I thought one of my favorite pieces of gear when I first started survival was the Canteen cup. I thought, this is so cool. I'm out in the woods and I'm making something in my Canteen cup, whether it was cooking something or mixing up a drink and drinking it or eating it out of the Canteen cup. I thought, this is survival. This is wilderness training. I'm using a Canteen cup. But anyway, I wanted to go back and revisit that. Basically, I wanted to go back and to that time that I enjoyed using the Canteen cup and the Canteen so much. And so I picked up these, again, Nalgene Oasis canteens on Amazon for about 15 bucks. If you want bright colors, I believe that there's a red, there might be a blue, but again, coyote and the green are perfect for me. Okay, so what about the next generation of Canteen cup? Well, of course, you know, Pathfinder School has theirs, but I never, and I've used them and I have one at home, but I don't like the handle. I don't like that big folding out handle. I like bat wings. I always have. Let's move one of these out of the way here. I've always liked the bat wing. Oh, another cool thing, and you can see it, the transparency. You always know how much water you have left in your canteen. At a quick glance, I know that this canteen, I need to go down to the creek, run some water through my filter and fill this canteen. And the green, same thing. You can see I still got 3/4 of a tank in this one. So, the old aluminum Canteen cup. Now, they're not made in the USA, and I know that that's going to bother some people, but Rothco makes a really nice stainless steel canteen, basically identical to the old military canteen, except stainless steel. And you've got the bat wing handles, which is, again, I really like. That's my number one reason that I don't care for the Pathfinder. I don't like the fold-out handle and the lever that has at times work loose and come unlocked, and then the thing buckles. I just like this setup right here, placing it on some hot rocks next to the fire or on my Esbit stove and pulling it off by my bat wing handles. Well, how does this setup work? Absolutely perfect. Just like the old school, guys. Again, with the exception of the cup is not made in USA. The bottles are, but I really like that setup. And it comes with a lid. Now, the lid does not have holes in it. The Pathfinder lid has holes. Well, that's easy. Just take a drill and drill a couple holes. That's all I did. I drilled 3 holes in one end. So now I want to cook in here, boil water, and get it going faster. I've got holes right there on top. Other thing I like about this, if you have a Pathfinder set, I've got a couple different lids. This tab on all my lids will not stand up by itself. It falls over. So when this is cooking over a fire and I want to use a stick to lift the lid so that I can stir everything, this always falls over and I got to take a stick and pry it up. On the Rothco, it's got enough tension that it will stand up by itself and stay standing. See that? It's not going anywhere. So I can leave that standing up and put a stick right through it, lift the lid off, and you can snap the lid on tight if you want. It will snap down tight, or you can just lay it on here, which is plenty good enough, especially if you're going to lift the lid off and on to check it. And with a couple holes drilled in the top, it will escape. If you've got an old Canteen military pouch, the setup will fit. This is actually the old ones with the Alice clips, and I have Alice clips at home, but it will fit and it will snap shut and work just fine. There we go. A little bit tight, but snaps up just fine. And the lid will fit right down in the front and still, again, snap shut. Now I bought a newer Canteen pouch from Rothco, which is basically like this, has the same padding on the inside, kind of a Cordura or cover, but it has Molly backing and it is Cordura, and it's on the side of my pack, so we'll go over there in a minute. But other cool thing about the setup is, if you've ever done this, the Canteen cup works beautifully on a Nesbitt stove for cooking. You get a fire going, got your bat wing handles back here to lift it off and on. Actually, it balanced better with it closed up here. I'm going to cook on it later today. Be the first time. And so there we go. And so I just did a video on the Nesbitt stove comparison. You know, I've got the little piece of tinfoil in here to sit on the bottom so that no gunk gets in the stove. I take 2 tablets, stand them on their sides. You can check out that video on the Nesbitt stove shootout. Boil some water, pour it in a backpacker's meal, or cook up whatever recipe I've brought with me right here in the cup. And I want the water to heat a little faster. Put the lid on, use a stick to lift that off. Stir it. Great setup. So let me pause you guys and we'll go over here to my pack and I'll show you what this setup looks like. I'll go put everything in the pouch. So I got my pack hanging on a tree here. Now this is the Rothco pouch, and by the way, so the Nalgene Oasis canteens are about 15 bucks on Amazon. The stainless steel Canteen cup and lid, which is Rothco brand on Amazon, is about 20 bucks. And the pouch, I believe, I can't remember, it's somewhere between 15 and 20, but it's also Rothco. This is multicam, but it's Molly webbing in the back. So I've got 2 Molly straps, and they are weaved through the Molly webbing on the side of my pack. So it's a real nice attachment. Other than that, it's got the same little Velcro pouch here, and the cup fits down in there nice and isn't that hard to get out. So I put my stainless steel cup down in there, my Canteen down in there, my lid down in there. I keep these where I've drilled the holes. This side's a little sharp, so I keep that towards the Canteen so it doesn't tear the pouch. And then it buttons up nicely. And so on the other side, I've got my 40-ounce Nalgene bottle in a Condor pouch, the one I always carry, with my water purification kit in the zippered side pouch. Warmer weather comes, I'm definitely going to need that extra water. I'll be in areas where water is not always abundant. And I've decided for now, instead of carrying my Pathfinder cup, I'm going to start carrying the old school Canteen cup, which just brings back some really cool memories. Like I said, it's nostalgic for me, and that's part of bushcraft, is if there's certain things that are nostalgic to you, you know, using a canvas tarp or chopping wood with your axe or your hatchet, having a wool blanket, you should enjoy yourself and use those things. Bushcraft isn't, if you're out here just doing bushcraft to enjoy yourself, it's not always about using the most modern piece of gear or the most technical piece of gear or even the lightest weight piece of gear, because wool blankets aren't that light. It's about using the gear that works out here and is enjoyable to use. And like I said, this brings back memories. So I'm actually going to do some videos on Canteen cup cooking. We'll bring out the Esbit stove, maybe do some over a fire. So I want to throw this out at you guys. If you've got any Canteen cup recipes that you're willing to share, not just with me, but with other viewers who are into Canteen cups and Canteen cup cooking, or those who might want to try it, throw your recipes in the comments. I might even try out one or two of your guys' recipes, but I definitely want to get out here and do some Canteen cup cooking and play around with what kind of recipes we can come up with. Even simple things like a ramen noodle bomb to whatever, whatever. Maybe you guys got some ideas. So there it is, guys. For those of you who still like that old nostalgic military canteen pouch and canteen cup, but would like to have a higher quality canteen that is BPA free and will not pick up any taste, better sealing lid, lightweight, I think more durable too, especially after dropping it twice. And maybe you'd rather have some MOLLE attachments on the back of your canteen pouch rather than Alice clips. And for me, again, an issue, I'd much rather prefer to cook with stainless steel. So you want to update to a stainless steel cup. All of these options are available on Amazon. The Nalgene Oasis Canteen, the Rothco stainless steel canteen cup and lid, Rothco pouch. I'll put that in the description. All on Amazon. Hope you guys like this. And again, for those of you who are veterans and find, that nostalgic joy of using this stuff, if you picked any of this up, let me know how you like it. Take care, everyone.